A new Pew Research study shows media coverage of President Obama has gotten double the positive President Bush and President Clinton got during their appropriate times in office. So will the way the media covers the White House affect how both parties run their campaigns in the future? Well, join us right now. We're excited about this. We've got four political up-and-comers, rising stars, as named by Campaign and Election magazine. They are Daniel Gotoff, has worked for political candidates at nearly every level. Katie Harbath worked for the Republican National Committee and on Rudy Giuliani's presidential campaign. Christopher Malagisi is the National Grassroots Coordinator of the Leadership Institute and worked for President Bush's re-election campaign. And Tom Saris is the founder of Pyrnix. How do you say it?
Pyrix.
Pyrnix, that's it. It's a social commerce platform aiming at giving little guys in the political world online tools. All right. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
For being named Rising Stars by the magazine. So let's pick your brain for a little bit. Let me see the hands. Who agrees that President Obama has wound up getting fawning coverage from the mainstream media? 3 against 1. So, Daniel, let's start with you. Why do you say he has gotten a critical look by the mainstream media?
Well, I think you have to differentiate the way they've covered him in terms of personal leadership style and the way they've covered his policies. And that same study was actually said that only about 39% of the coverage of his policies was favorable. So,
but the coverage of Barack Obama, the man, has been glowing, and they don't talk so much about the policies, even though it has huge ramifications, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think when Chris Matthews says he's got a chill running up his leg during Barack Obama's Democrat convention speech, I think that's definitely fawning coverage, at least an example of it.
Now, Katie, one of the things I understand you feel going forward, forget about the mainstream media, things like Twitter, his outfit, Facebook, all that stuff, that's going to impact American population in a big way?
I think so. Look at the TVs. Those are all organized over Facebook and Twitter by Republicans, not organized by the RNC or any one organization. There's a bunch of Republicans coming together who disagreed with President Obama's policies, and they made a very big impact. And I think going forward, you saw it with bloggers in 2004. You're going to see it with social media going forward with the president.
All right. Now, Tom, you're involved in social media.
Yes.
Were you involved in the Tea Party stuff?
No, I wasn't involved in any of the Tea Party stuff. I kind of sat back and watched it afar, but I think that's one of the actual big impacts that social media has provided, because politics is inherently socially oriented. So.
All right. Well, let me open it up to all of you. Why do you think the mainstream media, for the most part, and Daniel disagrees with the fawning coverage, but why do you think he has gotten such fawning coverage? Is it because they like the way he communicates as opposed to our last president? They like his agenda because they agree with it, or they don't want him to fail? Who's got an opinion on that? Yes, sir, right there.
I think it's a combination of all of that. I think after 8 years of President Bush, the media finally has somebody that they can back behind. I mean, they're invested in him. They're invested in him winning. And I think for the first time they have an opportunity here to do that.
Daniel?
I mean, I would agree with Chris. I think it's been a long time where the public, including the media, saw a president that was really thwarting the will of the people. And so they might not agree with, and they've been very critical of some of Obama's policies, but they're happy to see somebody at least taking the right direction.
The problem with not having a critical press is the fact that there's got to be some checks and balances. You know, the press has got to go out there and they got to dig around and they got to find something. They go, hey, look, everybody, this is not right. Katie?
Well, I think, though, you also see, going back to the citizens and being on social media and Twitter, so many journalists in Washington, D.C. over the last couple of months have realized they have to pay attention to what's being said on all of these sites. And it's starting to influence their coverage. They can no longer just go out there and say fawning things about the president when all of a sudden they're getting rebuttals online.
All right, we'll be watching. The Rising Stars, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel, Katie, Christopher, and Tom, we thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.